So I decided to take the van on its maiden voyage. So I very hastily threw a bunch of equipment in the back, and I am going to be heading to Carlsbad Caverns. So this is a trip that I've always wanted to make, and today I have the opportunity to
do it. Just do it.
So I figured, what better, first test for the van than a 5-hour road trip down there, camp in the van overnight, and then it's 5 hours back the next day, and then the following day is my birthday. So this video will come out on Tuesday, which is a couple days after my birthday. But yeah, it's my birthday weekend, so headed to Carlsbad Caverns and gonna have that experience for it, and taking you guys along with me. So first I need to get some food. I think I'm gonna go with the maple bourbon bacon. I'm gonna keep it simple and cheap. Go with the smoked sausage. Gotta get my coffee for the morning. They only have these, they don't have the other ones. So I'm gonna go with vanilla. The hard part, I need to feed the van. So that's the first big difference that I noticed, is that was $70, and that's half a tank in this bad boy. But it should take me all the way there, I hope. Because yeah, $70 for half a tank in this big behemoth here. It's a long drive, so I couldn't wait until dinner to have one of these with you guys. But I figured for the first one that I'm gonna open, I wanted to share it with you guys. So while I'm cruising down the road, cheers, guys. Always have my sparkling water on me. So finding this little spot was like an absolute freak accident. And it's totally cool. So I unintentionally found like probably the best spot that I could set up for the night. So I wanted to stop before Carlsbad, the city, because I want to go into Carlsbad in the morning and get some huevos rancheros. So I just want to have breakfast before I go to the caverns. I didn't bring any breakfast with me. So I want to fuel up, and I had no idea this was here. I just followed the signs and found it, and I am right on this river. I'm super excited. I know that this river up north has trout in it, so I'm going to try to catch a couple trout. Check this out, there's a cow. Just climbed in the river there. I'm sitting here trying to fish. Maybe he'll spook some fish my way. There it is, boys. There it is. Got him. Look at that bad boy. Sheesh. That was awesome. So I wanted to get him off the hook right away because I brought my dinner, so I'm not going to try to catch and cook that guy or anything like that. I just wanted to catch one, and I caught him, and I pulled him up, and oh man, it was awesome. And he was a good size, good couple of pounds. I caught him right by the lip, so I was able to pull the hook out and just let him go right away. I didn't want to fuss with the camera and grab all the camera and try to film all that. Just wanted you guys to see me reel him in, and yeah, I let him go. He swam away. He's okay. So I'm not going to eat him tonight, so I'm not going to keep him or anything like that. So yeah, that was cool though. That was awesome though. I set out to catch a fish, and now it's time for some dinner. I need to get like a little foldable table, because that would be perfect. I'm having a hard time figuring out where I'm going to cook tonight. Normally I have the tailgate, but I don't have that in the van. I have the back, but I just don't want to cook out of the back of the van, I don't think, like that on the carpet. So foldable table. Earlier when I said that I hastily packed my van, I guess I really meant hastily, because I didn't even bring a fork. I have a spoon, but I don't have a fork. There's a skunk right there. What is the protocol for a skunk? Because I do not want to get sprayed. Look at that bad boy. He's like feet from my van. And I'm literally cooking like right there. Oh no. Don't come over here, buddy. So I was trying to tell you guys about how I forgot a fork. I have a spoon, no fork, and then I have like tongs that are broken. So I'm gonna be eating like my salad and my sausage tonight the rough way. But I got like so scared because I do not want to get sprayed by this skunk. I don't even want my van to get sprayed by the skunk, but I'll take that over me directly. So I picked everything up as fast as I could. And I just threw it all in the van. So I got all my stuff in. Nothing that I have is going to get sprayed necessarily. But yeah, that skunk is right here. That guy is straight just chilling right there. I kind of wish that I wasn't like self-filming everything right now and that I had like a documentary crew or something following me. Because like you've never seen somebody pack up stuff so fast and like jump in something because they're scared of a skunk so bad. But that thing scared me. I saw him and I was like, I don't want to get sprayed. So I just jumped in the van right away. And yeah, this has been an eventful trip. Like this has been crazy. I mean, some of it's self-inflicted, right? Like I'm going to attempt to eat my salad with tongs because I don't have like another option other than a spoon, which I just like salad and a spoon. I don't really think those go hand in hand. So yeah, I'm gonna try to eat my salad with my tongs. My sausage, at least like the sausage I can pick up and bite. You know what I mean? That's not like that big of a deal. I won't do that on camera because you guys are gonna be like, you know, it's already enough with the huevos rancheros, right? It's already like, you guys are already like, but you know, if I was like gobbling down a sausage all hard, you would be like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, at least I can pick that up and eat that. But the salad, that's going to be a whole other thing. So, normally like I film dinner and I eat it with you guys. Tonight, this is it. This is my whole dinner process. I'm in the van right now. It's getting dark anyway, so I needed to get in the van kind of regardless. We cannot have a fire in my state. The whole state is still shut down for fires because we have like a lot of really, really bad ones going on right now. So I can't have a fire. I can't sit out there and have a fire tonight anyway. So I'm chilling. I'm in the van. I've got the windows open. With all the windows open, the air coming through, it's nice and cool. I was hot a little bit because I jumped in here. All the windows were closed and I was hiding from a skunk. I was like on adrenaline, like, oh my God. But yeah, so all in all, the van right now feels very comfortable with the windows open. It's nice because these windows, they slide open and they have a screen on them, which is really cool. So pretty excited. I'll break down the bed and all that stuff here in a little bit. But yeah, what a wild series of events, right? Like I saw a cow, I caught a fish, a skunk came, I couldn't figure out where to cook, I forgot a fork. I mean, this is wild. This is night one. You know what I mean? I haven't even gone to the caverns yet. This could be a video in and of itself. So I was actually able to eat. I ended up just like waterfalling the salad from the bag into my mouth, like kind of how you do with chips. And then the sausage was no problem. So I figured I had one on the ride down, but I will do the dinner one with you guys. You know what I mean? The dinner sparkling water. It's tradition. It has to happen. So right now I'm just chilling. I got my feet up. I'm on the couch. I do wish I had installed the TV already, but I do have service where I'm at. So I can watch YouTube or edit this video or whatever on my phone. I have the lights in the front. These lights up here aren't working, so I'm going to have to figure that out because I would like to use those or at least wire them in whenever I get the van situated. But other than that, I think it's good night, guys, and I will see you guys in the morning when I take you to the caverns. So there's actually a little bit of a storm off in the distance. So if that storm gets too close, I'm going to pull up closer to the road just because I'm in the dirt right now and I don't want to get this van stuck. So that storm last night ended up being like mostly lightning. There was a little bit of rain that came down, but it wasn't too bad. It was nice to just sit there and listen to like the thunder from the lightning and watch that. It was kind of like a show. So that was pretty cool. I'm having my coffee and then I'm gonna go get breakfast. I'm gonna have some huevos rancheros here in a little bit, and then I will be going to the caverns. So I got my huevos rancheros, and man, this place, it's called, I think, Pecos River Cafe in Carlsbad. And I said hot green chili. In most places, when you say hot chili, like, it still comes out kind of mild. This it was melting my face. Like, I was in the restaurant crying. So if you ever come here, it was really, really good. But just be careful because like they don't play around with their hot chili. So this is even just the road up to the caverns, but I had to stop because it is super, super cool. It's really pretty out here. So you're not really supposed to talk inside the cavern. I guess you gotta whisper because sound carries really good. So the next part of the video is gonna be pretty quiet.
And then they have the other rest.
This is like such a surreal and like super cool experience. I was actually kind of caught off guard by how massive it really was in here. I knew that it was gonna be like a large area to explore, but I really didn't think that it was this big, or I just didn't imagine it being this big. So for the hike down, it took me about an hour to do. Keep in mind, I was going really, really slow. So, you know, I did take my time and I was kind of checking everything out, but it took me about an hour to get to the area that's close to, I guess, the big room is what they call it. And then when I actually got to like that bottom level, I ended up walking around that for probably another hour or so, just checking everything out. So it took me like a little over 2 hours probably to cover the entire thing. So there's a lot to explore for sure. this sign in front of me explains how the roof actually falls in. So some pieces of the roof would fall in, but once it's all settled, the cavern basically stays. Once the roof falls in or it's done falling in, no more of it really collapses. Carlsbad Caverns is actually, it was originally formed by an inland sea like 280 million years ago. So what you're looking at when you're looking through here is a reef. It's not a coral reef, but it's a reef. So this entire area was completely underwater, and that's basically how this formed. And then over the years, there's something to do with the chemicals in the stone and in the water actually as it seeps through the ground up top, and it picks up chemicals and becomes acidic and then falls on rocks and then slowly like builds itself up drip by drip. So a lot of the rock formations that you see are actually caused by single droplets of water. Over a prolonged period of time, they stack up and deposit minerals. This sign is an absolute trip because it talked about how some of the early explorers used helium-filled balloons to float ropes to the top of the caverns, hope basically that it would catch a rock sturdy enough that they could climb up the rope like 100 feet into areas of the caverns that have never been explored. Because even when you're on the bottom looking up, there's still some caves at the top that I guess are pretty big. So it's just crazy to think that they were like, yeah, let's just float a helium balloon up there, hope this rope is sturdy enough for me to go ahead and climb up. That was awesome. What a blast. Yeah, it's super, super cool. Now, I know my video is not going to do it justice. Like, actually being down there is completely different than it's going to translate on video. So if you ever get the chance and you've never been to Carlsbad Caverns, I highly, highly recommend it. If you're going to hike in, you probably want to be in moderate health. You don't have to be in great health, but it is pretty steep. And there's a couple spots where you have to kind of crouch a little bit. It's not too bad, you know, and keep in mind I'm 6'1" and I was wearing boots, so I'm probably 6'2" in boots, so my crouching might be different. But yeah, it's moderate health to hike in. Otherwise they have elevators and the bottom level is pretty flat, but it's huge. It took me, I was going slow purposely because I wanted to see everything, but it took me about an hour to get to like the bottom level and then another hour to do that. So I was in there for actually right about 2 hours. I did get here super, super early. I was actually in line about 5 minutes before they even opened. And they mentioned something about being able to fit me in, but saying, you know, asking if I had reservations. So I don't know if they take reservations, if you have to get reservations, but I think because I was here so early, I didn't need them. And then the other thing is, since I was here so early, it was very quiet when I first started going down. Like, I was with an initial group of people and then I kind of separated myself, actually by hanging back. Everybody else was rushing through. So I hung back and I was able to separate myself for a little while. And so it was like a nice, quiet, very calming, very surreal experience. It's an absolute trip in there. It's awesome. Very, very cool. But yeah, so I'm heading back now. I'm gonna drive back home. If I see anything cool on the way there, you know, I'll stop to explore it. But yeah, what a great way to start my birthday weekend. super, super cool. So it was a 612 mile round trip. The van did great. I'm gonna put my sticker on my truck still. I don't think that I want to put the stickers on the van or anything like that. But yeah, other than that, that was a great trip. It was super fun. Great way to kick off my birthday weekend, guys. And that's it for the video. So I hope that you guys had a good time. And thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace, guys.